Unit 3, page 32. With increasing CO2 emissions around the globe, toughening environmental regulations, and reductions in cost, biofuels now, for the first time ever, are starting to look like a viable option to compete with traditional fuels. Probably the biggest misconception about biofuels is that one day we'll be taking the scraps from our plates after dinner and sending those off to some collection facility where they'll be turned into biofuel. Or better yet, we'll have machines in our homes that can convert the waste to fuel right there in our garage. While that would be amazing for the biofuel, it's a crazy dream and nowhere close to reality. Practically all commercial biofuel in the US is produced from farming crops like corn, soybeans, and sugarcane. Another thing people don't realize is that at least right now, the biofuel industry is mainly geared towards biodiesel and not biogasoline. That means that in the near term, we'll start seeing trucks, buses, and farm equipment making the transition to biofuels, but we will have to wait a bit longer before people start putting it in their personal cars. Before we get into the economics of it all, what exactly are biofuels and how do they work? A biofuel is simply any fuel derived from biomass or something that was once alive. Both biofuel and normal fuel produce emissions, mainly CO2, but also other greenhouse gases like hydrocarbons and NOx. Since biofuels are made from crops, they take up CO2 as they grow, and when they're burned in an engine, that CO2 is released back into the atmosphere, so there's no net carbon emissions. But normal fuel is made from petroleum whose carbon has been trapped underground for millions of years. So when petroleum burns, new CO2 is added to the atmosphere. But most commercial biofuel isn't pure biofuel. To best take advantage of current tax incentives, it's usually mixed into traditional fuel. B20 is one of the most common biofuels, and it's made from 20% biofuel and 80% normal diesel. And because of some interesting chemistry, adding 20% biofuel actually has an outsized effect, reducing emissions by more than just 20% by making the fuel burn more cleanly. Probably the biggest and most modern obvious hurdle for the biofuel market is cost. Modern diesel fuel has been around for a little over 100 years, and in that time, the production pipeline has been highly optimized and scaled for profitability. The efficiency and scale of this pipeline are especially important because the fuel industry runs on extremely thin margins. On average, fuel retailers only make 2 cents of profit per gallon of fuel. That means when you fill up your car, they're not even making half a dollar. As a side note, gas stations are like movie theaters. They don't make their money on their main products, but on all the food and treats they sell you. In the last decade, oil prices have fallen more than a third since 2012, and as the price of fuel comes down, the margin on biofuels shrinks with it. In fact, last year, many ethanol plants had to shut down or cut production as the rising cost of corn destroyed their margins. These factories were barely making $1 profit per ton of fuel they made. In the current economical environment, it seems that biofuels have a tough road ahead of them, and until they receive proper assistance from governments, they will continue to struggle to get off the ground.